What happened to the Wachowskis? The Wachowski brothers, and they are men, made The Matrix, probably one of the best science fiction films of all time, which has been actually co-opted quite a bit by the right, which I'm sure makes them seethe with the whole red pill situation being a meme that just means, have you awakened to the fact that this leftist propaganda is permeating through everything? Now, like a lot of Hollywood types, they kind of had a one and done sort of thing where it's like that was it. That was the only good movie they ever made. Every other Matrix movie was so bad. Like the sequels were just atrocious, and I don't know how they went so far off the rails, but they did. And then they went further off the rails. Over the next couple of decades, it got weirder, and it's now going to go so far that we're going to laugh about their new Dolls coming up, which just the name of it and what they're doing, casting all men pretending to be women as dolls, like they're fake. You know, they always do this with their messaging. They always screw up their own messaging. It's so funny. But we're going to get into this in just a moment. Because who is this even for? Who is possibly even going to see this? The answer is not very many people because it's just kind of gross. And that's what they've been doing in recent years is just kind of gross stuff. Please hit the like and subscribe button and join us as we talk about all things in the culture, my friends, especially science fiction. This is your real science fiction news. And I am a science fiction writer myself. I have a great one right here. It's called Colony Launch. And it is it's like my most Heinleinian, if you like Heinlein, sort of book that I have by itself, and it's a standalone novel. So most of my stuff I write is series, but I wanted this one to be its own thing. I could do sequels eventually, but I have so many books to write, I just don't know what to do at this juncture. But this one right here is about a colony launch. A colony is trying to establish itself, fighting government regulations to do so. They have to make compromises, which are painful to do so, because that's what always happens. Whenever you try to do anything, the government gets in your way, and that's kind of the message of this book. It's really interesting, and it's a really nice build with some great characters. So one of my most complicated novels I've ever written, except for the current one I'm writing right now. But it's only 99 cents right now. So it is on Amazon. It's available on ebook, print, and audio. So if you have Audible credits as well, this is a great place to go. But grab this during the sale because I've got it on sale right now. And that way you can start reading my books. Hopefully you'll enjoy it and check out my other science fiction as well. Thanks for being here, guys. That's in the description below. So this got announced yesterday that there is a sci-fi thriller Dolls for the Wachowskis showing up for Gina Rosero's deal. And I don't know who Gina Rosero is, so we're going to look it up real quick. This is the type of prep you're supposed to do before the founder of Gender Proud, a media production company telling stories of the transgender community. So this is I guess a model who is a dude. It looks like it on this front. And that's it. Takes the stage to come out as transgender in 2014. Oh boy! So this is a whole propaganda production right here, and this is a site called Them. Yes, like they them, that just highlights this kind of propaganda. Anyway, so look at this model, activist, and author Gina Rosero will be officially making his directorial debut with sci-fi thriller short film Dolls and Matrix director. I don't remember what Lily's real first name was, but again, one of the Wachowski brothers on this. And it stars himself because, of course, these are all self-inserts. That's what they do. Everything they make in these sort of things has to be some sort of thing for themselves. And it's an entire cast of dudes pretending to be women here. So this is pretty interesting. And I like to make jokes about, how sometimes they go so based that they are so woke that they circle around to based again. They're admitting that, for a science fiction film, you really don't want women in the cast. You want a full male cast for a science fiction film. Tacit admission that that's the case in what science fiction should be. But like I said, the Wachowski brothers have gone way off the rails in recent years on this. Like their recent films, none of them have landed. You guys remember when they relaunched The Matrix on HBO Max with some new one? It was just another disaster. And this one was laden with identity politics. It was just like they tried to recreate it, and it just did not feel good or right, and it just didn't work out at all. And it's really sad that was the case because, again, when that movie came out, the original Matrix was such a great concept and such a great action piece that it could have been the franchise of the future, could have been something that inspired everybody, like Star Wars or Star Trek from years ago. And unfortunately, like just because it was one movie, it was a one-hit wonder. It just didn't work very well. But if you don't remember, like after the dudes like started turning into wearing dresses and going crazy and the like, they did this Netflix show called Sense8, and if this one was crazy, and this didn't get a lot of attention back in the day, but it was the same sort of thing. This dude behind the Asian person here on the right is a dude as well, putting on a dress. There's like a homosexual Mexican dude, and it's full of just like graphic gay sex and trans sex, and it's just like that's the entire purpose of the whole deal here. This is everything they do at this point is just these nasty fetish films at this juncture. And it goes to show that like when you circle down into this identity politics drain, you can't even tell stories. They had the Babylon 5 creator J. Michael Straczynski write this, and it was just a nightmare of a show, just absolutely disgusting on every single level. And I think this frankly sank J. Michael Straczynski's career because they put so much into this, so much budget into it. It performed so poorly for Netflix. They canceled it early. And because of that, once you get into Hollywood and you have a failure on that sort of level, you don't really get asked back much again. And so while Straczynski was on his way up after Babylon 5, he had this like sort of arty film called Changeling that had Angelina Jolie in it. That was like he's starting to get credits for Marvel with some of the writing background in the Thor movie. And so he was really on his way up. And then after this, it's like he had nothing. This was it. It just got like they kind of saw that this is the type of thing that he was going to do for all of his writing going forward. And they just kind of nuked his career. So the Wachowski brothers have really done a lot of harm to science fiction fantasy in recent years. And because they were such, sort of prominent figures, what was the other one? Jupiter's Ascending or Jupiter's. Do you remember that movie? I forget the name of it. Another disaster. Because they're such like prominent science fiction names, and because they keep doing this kind of stuff, which like, oh my gosh, there it is. This is so crazy. But because they keep pushing this over everything else and their activism, they've just kind of made it so that science fiction is just kind of thought of as a no-no. And people just see that it doesn't make money. And so it hurts science fiction projects, films, and filmmakers every time this kind of thing comes out. So this is what's going on. This is what they're working on now. Like I said, I don't know who this is for. Do you know who this is for? There's going to be like 2 people that watch this. And then they're going to plot it, and they're going to put it in the New York Times like in like a, this is a Rotten Tomatoes 100% critic score, right? Really brave and stunning. And that's exactly what's going to come out of this. Sad stuff, how the greats from The Matrix have fallen. And that's what mental illness does when it's left unchecked. That's the message here. Leave a comment down below with what you think, my friends. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Check out my Colony lunch in the description below. Like I said, it's only 99 cents right now through the weekend. So you can check this out and get some great books. I really appreciate you being here. We'll be back.